Hi guys, welcome back to another wine chat. It's been forever since I've done one. So here we are in my little studio with my glass of wine. I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys first of all about Magic Market because I wanted to kind of like run through everything because I know the last vlog was like crazy. And just like chat about my business and like life. Really though, I want to say, hang on, let me take a sip. I feel like nothing really like changes in my life, which makes me really happy. I'm a very like, just, I don't even know the word, stable person. Like I don't know, we're never like moving. Like we've lived here for 10 years. My husband and I have been married for 11 years. We have a almost 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. And everything is just very stable right now in our lives, which I'm very, very thankful for. And I feel like the most like evolving change going on right now worth documenting is my business. So that's what I kind of wanted to wine chat about, is just my business and what's going on with it and like all the upcoming changes and exciting things that I want to do and grow with it. So that's what today's wine chat is going to be about. But yeah, if you don't know me, hi, I'm Clarissa, and I started here on YouTube with mommy content when I was pregnant with my first son who just turned 5, and I started doing pregnancy updates and stuff like that. And then I also then transitioned kind of into like mom lifestyle vlogs, like 3 days a week, just like Target, like all the things, you know, typical mommy vlogs. And I kept, you know, like I want to get back into the work field. I want to get a job again. I want to be back into the industry, which if you don't know, I graduated with a degree in fashion merchandising. And so I was a buyer for 3 years for a corporate company for men's and women's apparel, and absolutely loved it. But once I had my son, I was just like, didn't want to go back. Like I just really wanted to be a stay-at-home mom for a while. And like both me and my husband agreed that it was like best for us to just me to be home financially as well, just because like daycare, you guys know. So anyways, I stayed home and loved it, but I always just felt like something was missing. Like I always felt like I wanted to be back in the workforce. So here I am. Hi baby. Speaking of. Okay, so anyways, last year in September, I decided to finally do it. Like literally my dream, to start my own boutique. So when I was in college, we all had to have a business plan in order to graduate, and it had to be like a very, very detailed store. And so I think everyone had to do a store. And back then, this was like 10 years ago, wasn't really like online shopping wasn't really a big thing. So like everyone basically had a storefront. So you like picked your storefront, you called a realtor, you got your like rent, you like literally had this huge book. I should get it, but I'm not going to. You had this big book of like your business plan. That was like our senior year project. And so I called it Closet Chic. I don't know what made me come up with that, but anyway, so about this time last year, I was just struggling. I really wanted to work. I wanted to get back into work, but I wanted to be home. So I wanted to do something online, and I'm just like, I was trying like Stitch Fix and like just like styling and stuff like that, or like obviously buying, that wasn't really an option to be working from home. But I talked to my husband and he's like, just start an online boutique. Like you've been wanting to do it. So I did it. So fast forward a year later, here I am. Closet Chic is my online boutique, and I'm very proud of it. Like I love it so much. It's my business, and I've been working so hard on it ever since. So I just wanted to chat with you guys about it. Like it's been my goal forever to have an online, well actually to have a store. Like literally, if I go back in time, like when I was graduating from college, David and I looked at real estate, like commercial real estate, trying to find where my store would be. We met with realtors, and like we just didn't bite the bullet. I actually met with another boutique owner, and I was going to buy her store, and I just couldn't do it. So there were so many times when I tried and I just couldn't do it. And so that's why when it came to being like online only, it was like, okay, well, there's no like overhead costs. Like it's just literally me buying, like my cost is inventory. So that's what I decided to do. And back then it just really wasn't even like on my radar to do online. So anyways, that's what I decided to do. And here I am. But I'm just, I don't know, I'm just very excited. So, okay, so last week we went to Vegas Market, Magic Market in Vegas. And that was literally one of my dreams in college because we learned about all the different, like, we learned about Dallas, which we're going to Dallas in January. Learned about the different, like, markets and all that. So I went for the first time. You do not have to go to market to be a boutique owner and a buyer. Like, you can buy online. They make it very easy these days. I feel like back then it used to be more like you had to go and show your license and have like appointments and everything. Now it's super easy. I feel like anyone could do it. But I feel like there's such a big importance about going and actually seeing the fabrics and seeing everything in person. So that's what we did last week. It was literally a dream come true. I will say I set the bar very, very high, and it did not exceed my expectations, because I thought we were gonna walk in to this like fabulous place and there was just gonna be like dancers like hanging from the ceilings and like just like clothes like coming out of like shooting out like confetti, just like clothes. Like I thought it was gonna be like literally magical. No, okay, it was not like that. It was just like a basic, like it was a lot more just like, okay, here's this vendor here. Like it was obviously super cool, like literally like basically tiny little, like think of a mall, then think of 10 times the size of a mall. And then if you go into a mall, instead of having like a section of each item, it's literally every single piece of clothing is a different item. So it was like that. It was very just like crazy. Every single vendor had like, most of them, there were small vendors too that just had like a little like section, but a lot of the big vendors like had, you know, the full production. They had lights, they had shelving, it must have taken them days to set up like these mini stores for all of their buyers. So it was so cool. And like, yeah, you just basically, if you don't know, so you go there, you register as a buyer, and then you go and you just get to like shop all day for 3 days straight. You buy things right there on the spot. They charge you. They don't charge you until it ships, but they like get your card info and everything, and you like reserve every item that you pick. So you go through and you just like make a stack of like all the things that you want, and then you hand it to them, and then they just like ring it all up and check you out. They say how many packs do you want of each item. So that's basically how it works. I did like 1 pack per piece because I'm small, but a lot of boutiques like Pink Lily, Red Dress, like they would do, I don't even know, 15 packs per item, like crazy amounts because they're huge. But like for small boutique owners, you can just buy like 1 pack, which is about 6 units per style. So I got to do that. It was so exciting. I think it was really worth it to be there because when I got back home, I tried to like input all of my inventory that I purchased while I was there, and I did that by going back onto the vendor's websites and like finding everything to just kind of like say like the style number and like what it was, the cost, like all of that. I just wanted to know like kind of more about each item. And then I also made like drafts on my website, so that way when the item arrives, I already had everything about the, you know, the fabric content, the fit, all of that already ready to go. So when I was trying to do all that, I was like, dang, like at least 50%, if not more, of the inventory that I purchased in market was not online yet. So my theory is that all of these vendors, they do shows the whole month of August in all different states. They don't put their fall inventory or their spring inventory up until after market's over, and they just put up whatever's kind of left. So the benefit of going to market is getting like first dibs on everything. So I think that that's really awesome. And also just like meeting new vendors that you wouldn't have found like otherwise. There's kind of like different hubs that you can like shop on online that have like thousands of vendors in one website, and you can like weed through and see like what you like, you know. And once you get started, I'd say like, I don't know, it's taken me probably almost a year to kind of figure out who I really like vendor wise. You kind of find the vendors that you like, you know their fits, you know their sizes and their quality, and then you kind of stick with those few vendors. But in the beginning, I was buying literally from every vendor that I liked. I was like, oh, that looks cute, that looks cute. So I'd have so many different vendors, and then I get it and I'm like, okay, that's like okay, or I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So you kind of figure it out as you go, but like going to market was like, you could literally know, is it good, is it bad? One of the questions I had in my last vlog was like, how do you know if the vendor is reputable? I'd say for sure you can basically tell when you're at market, like by how big their like space is. Like you can kind of tell it by looking at them, and also like everyone has to have like their wholesale license, like obviously all the things to get into Magic in Vegas, but there were like really small ones too. I feel like basically all of them are going to be reputable. Like it's not like ordering like straight from China, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, you're ordering from people, like yes, some of the clothing may come all the way from China, like manufactured there, but like then they're brought into wholesalers. Like basically actually every single wholesaler that I order from is based in the United States. So whether or not their clothing came from another country, like their wholesale warehouse is in the US, which I only buy from the US because of shipping costs and time and everything. And I don't know, I've heard horror stories about people buying like straight from like overseas. So I feel like you have a pretty good chance of everyone being reputable. So yes, everyone is pretty much reputable, but it was so cool. There were like DJs there, and there was like a bar. Like it was fun for sure, but it wasn't like over the top like I thought it would be. My husband went with me. He was like bored out of his mind. He was super helpful. Like the first day in the morning, he was super helpful. He was like, honey, I like this. Like, what do you think of this? Like, he was very helpful. And then he left for a few hours, went to the gym and stuff, and then came back, and then again, he was helpful. So like, he could not be there the whole like 8-hour day. Like he could not, which I understand. It's a long day. I could do it easily. I could do it for like 24 hours because I was just in my element. So next time I go to market, which I'm gonna go again in January, my best friend is gonna come with me, and we're gonna go to Dallas, and we're gonna do it together. So anyway, should I touch on that now? Okay, so future plans. Let me just talk about like what I have going on currently within my boutique world. So I have Closet Chic online. We do have an app too. It is, well, okay, I wouldn't say that. I ran out of space. But anyways, I was about to say it's all me. It's not all me. As of like 2 days ago, if you watched my last vlog, I did get an intern. She literally just started. We just did like a little introduction, but basically it's been all me this whole time, and she's going to help me. I'm so excited to have somebody else to help pack orders, shoot content, do hopefully like TikToks, flat lays, like reels, like a lot of things that, emails, like a lot of things that I feel like I've been missing because I'm so consumed with, like, my #1 priority is like getting up product and shipping out orders. Like those are my 2 priorities in the business. Like everything else obviously is like extra, like getting in like TikToks and shooting content and like, you know, looking at clothes to buy. Like all the extra things are just extra, but like getting out my new arrivals and packing orders are my 2 main things. So having someone to help me is so exciting. So with that being said, where was it going? Oh, we have online, and then we have the app. Then I decided in June to join another boutique that has, okay, so here it's called a marketplace. I feel like they have to have them in other states too, but I feel like they're kind of rare. So we have a lot here in Missouri. They're called a marketplace, and it's basically a boutique, one owner, and she owns the building, or you know, pays her own rent, and then every boutique vendor that she has in her space pays her rent, and that covers her rent, and then she takes commission off of everybody's sales. So we have a lot of them around here. So I decided to join one. It kind of just like fell into my lap, and that is the one that I'm currently in, and I love it so much. It's very small. It's a 9x10 space, but I like wallpapered it. I got like a neon sign. I did install like fixtures up onto the wall. I have like a freestanding fixture. I have a wall with hats, and then I also have like a shelf with t-shirts, and then I also have a bar cart. So I kind of just like blew it out with all my fixtures. And I've been doing that since June, and I absolutely love it. So it's so good. I can literally see my sales throughout the day. I can log in and see what's sold, and then as soon as something sells there, I just pull it off my website. So I'm able to sell there during the day without working. I never have to work there. And also sell online, and if something sells online, I just send her a quick message, hey, can you pull this from the floor? And then I go up there about 2 times a week to grab people's orders and like bring in new inventory. The only thing is that she is very hesitant. Like her rent is extremely high, so she's been trying to go elsewhere. Up until like literally like last week, she thought she was completely gonna be gone from there, and I was like, oh no, like I love this extra. It's literally just passive income. Like I sell things, I'll be at the pool and then I'll check my sales and I'm like, oh my gosh, I sold all this stuff today. Like it's so nice having basically a storefront without having to own it. So I've been loving that, but yeah, she's been trying to find somewhere else. In fact, I think she actually has a second location coming. So, okay, baby, go back upstairs and I'll help you in 1 second, okay?
Okay.
So when she said she was like trying to find something else, I'm like starting to brainstorm, thinking, well, what do I need to do to continue this momentum? So also meanwhile, that all fell through and I'm still there. So I'm very excited that I'm still there. Very happy with that. And then I'm also at our mall, which we have one mall for, I don't even know, like the next closest mall. Like we live in Springfield, Missouri. So that's where the mall is. There's not even one in Branson. There's not one in like, there's like surrounding cities like Lebanon, Rolla. Like there's not a mall. So I feel like this is a good spot. However, that location is completely different. It is like my inventory, but it's like merchandise with other boutiques inventory. Again, I pay them rent and they take commission. But that one's more strict. Like they have a set number of units you can bring in at a time. So you can only have like 100 pieces in there at a time. And you have to have SKUs and everything. It's very like strict, which I think is fine. It's a great like experience, and I'm just there through December. And that one's been going well too. I just think the boutique one is like more my vibe. Anyways, so I also got offered to do another one in the mall that's like similar, where it's more like a boutique but everyone's merchandise together. I'm just like, I don't know. I like the idea, but it's just like, I feel like I went to market and I got all this cute stuff, and I'm like, here you go. I'm gonna give you all my inventory, pay you rent, and you're gonna sell my stuff for me. And your name's on the sign. So I just feel like I'm not really, that's not growth for me, if you know what I mean. Like that's not growth for me, that's growth for them. That's great for them, and yes, I'm earning money, but is it really gonna help me in the long run? So here's what like I've been thinking. Obviously I'm like, you guys know, I'm like, I would never want a storefront. I don't want a storefront. I don't want a brick and mortar. I don't want to be tied down to anything. I think I want a storefront. Like honestly, I've been contemplating it for so long, and I'm like, I'm in this room in my basement in this office every single day for hours, packing orders, shooting content. We do our live sales in here. Hi baby, come here. We do everything in here, and it's like, oh goodness, what are you doing? Okay. So I do everything here, but it's like I could do everything in a location and also have the potential of customers walking in and buying stuff at the same time. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, yes, I didn't want to have somewhere that I had to be like tied down to every day, but I also feel like it wouldn't be that bad. So that's what I've been thinking about a lot. And I did look into like a really like crazy leap, which would be the Branson Landing. Don't think I'm gonna do that. I just think it's too much at once. Like the hours are gonna be insane. But what I think I do want is just something like very like low key, low maintenance, like a small storefront that I could make my own hours, whether that's, you know, 10 to 6, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, probably 5 days a week, where I could set up a back room where I could bring my kids and let my kids play there while I'm working, and then also let, you know, obviously like have customers come in and try things on, and like have a storefront, and then do all the things that I do at home, but just do it in a store. Like, it makes sense to me because I'm like, I'm packing orders, I'm, you know, and also like having help, like an intern and stuff. Like, she's gonna be coming to my house. It would be easier, I feel like, if I had a store with everything already set up, like all the things where they could just be there, they could have a key, they could come and go when I'm out of town. Let's say I'm gone on vacation, they could go to the store and they could like run everything for me. So that's kind of where I'm at. And then also, if you guys do like follow my boutique and watch my like live videos and everything, then you might know that my best friend has been helping me a ton. She kind of stumbled into my lives. Like, one time she was just over at my house and I was like, oh, I'm doing a live tonight, like, do you want to just like write people's names down? And she's like, sure. So she did that, and then she was like totally unprepared, and then she was like, that was so fun, I want to do every single live with you. So she's been doing every single live video with me, and it's been so much fun, and she wants to help me buy. Like, she's been so great. She's like helped me, like she's helped like spread the word of my name, especially like locally and everything. So possibly we might go into business together. We've been talking about different like business plans. Preferably, most likely would be something where she has her own LLC, I continue to keep my own LLC, and then we just work together under one roof, like one boutique, but we each have our own assortment and we each have our own stuff, and then that way we're just in charge of our own finances, our own buying, our own like all of that. And we still do like all of our lives together and all of our things together. Our only thing is we don't want to like compete against each other, and I don't think we would. Mommy. Hello, baby. But there is like other boutiques that do that, and they work really well together, where they're like 2 in 1. So I think that that might be the direction we're gonna go with. And I think that that would just be so fun and such a big growth movement for like my store, and also for her. But I think she would definitely start out small and like not like quit her 9 to 5, but she would kind of just slowly get into it with me and then go from there. But she's definitely gonna be coming to market with me, helping me buy all the things, if not buy her own things too. And just, I don't know, it's just super exciting. So that's kind of my thoughts. I am just like, it's been a whirlwind since we started this whole journey. I love it so much. I love like sourcing the inventory. Oh my gosh, speaking of sourcing. Okay, let me talk about the other big update. Whew. Okay, so the other big update is if you watched our Vegas vlog, you might have saw we went into the menswear department. You guys are probably like, why are you looking at menswear? Is Closet Chic gonna have men's clothing now? Like, what's the deal? No, Closet Chic is not going to have men's clothing. So when I was a buyer, corporate buyer, I mainly focused on menswear. I did buy a little bit of ladies, but it was mainly menswear, and I really have a passion for it. I love menswear, and I feel like there is such a gap between like women's market and then men's market. So we walked the whole floor of the men's market. There was literally nothing that we wanted, nothing. Because I was like, I'd be happy to like start maybe like a menswear boutique. We were gonna call it like a brotique, but there wasn't even anything we wanted to buy. So we're kind of on the path of possibly starting our own brand, like our own line of menswear, like manufacturing it, finding the, like creating the prints, sourcing the fabric, the manufacturers, and like actually making a line like Nike. Obviously not as big as Nike, it would be a small business line. So think of like Bad Birdie is one of our like examples, which is like a golf attire small business. So something like that is really what we want to focus on with menswear, completely separate from Closet Chic. So it would not be on my website at all. We would start a separate business, LLC. We would start a separate website for menswear, and we would design and sorry, Kristen. We would design and make this line, and David is very passionate about it also. I don't know if you guys like see much of him on my Instagram and like stuff like that, but he is very like open to wearing any like prints and colors and patterns and like bold. And I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like men, they have a lot of boring styles, and I feel like I just want to bring in that like vibrancy into menswear. And David is on the same page, and we're very picky about fabrics and like technology in the fabric, like making it like sweat proof and like moisture wicking and micro, you know, all the things. And so that's kind of our goal. So he's been looking into it a lot more. We did look into it a lot at Vegas. He's been like reaching out to overseas manufacturers, and we're trying to get the process started. I really didn't want to talk about it until things were like going, but honestly, it could be years from now until it's like actually, until we have a brand. So I wanted to just put it out there that it's a work in progress. So I would love to do that as well. Like I said, I have a huge passion for menswear. I think there is just so much missing in the men's fashion industry, and I feel like women's is more like fast fashion trends, like we love this, and then next season it's out. Whereas men, they don't want that, but they want stuff that's going to look really cool but also function very well. And I think that there's just such a huge void for that. So that's what we're gonna work on. So I'm excited. And again, if I do get a storefront, we would put the menswear in the store too, so that way, you know, we could build our local business as well. So we did find some cool like potentials for like footwear and belts that we would buy from wholesalers that were very cool, but like, you know, we don't have the storefront for it yet. So we're working on that. But anyways, I feel like I've just like literally talked your ear off about everything. And I'm just, you know, every single day, I literally have a new idea every day, and I just like can't keep it all in my head. I just have to share like the things. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know your thoughts down below. If any of you guys are like in the retail industry, leave them down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Yeah, or even like marketing and business in general. Like it's all related, but it's just like, it's just so, I don't know, there's so much to it. So anyways, I guess that's my wine chat. I hope you guys like this. I will talk to you in my next video. I belong to you. Do just what you want.